Hello, everybody. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Oh, okay. We already have a couple of people on YouTube. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another live stream on the Learn to Draw Manga YouTube channel. This time, we're back with another free workshop for you guys. And I think if you guys can guess from the title and from the thumbnail and from all the promo that we've been releasing for this workshop, we are going to be creating a very short two-page manga one-shot together today. All right. But before that, sound off in chat. Where are you guys from? Where are you guys tuning in from? Like, what time is it there? And I'm curious to know, is this your first time joining a workshop um, with Learn to Draw Manga? Let me know. Okay. Zephyr from the UK. Hello. Luca from Finland. Hello. And Winky Face from Venezuela. It's 8 p.m. for them and it's their first time. Welcome. Happy to have you. Okay. How about everyone else? Okay, hello, Jaden from St. Louis. Hello. Kane from Texas. 7 p.m. for Kane. Hello. Andrea, welcome back, Andrea. I recognize you, of course, from like previous workshops. I know this isn't your first time, but welcome back. I'm happy to see you coming back again for another workshop. Love to see it. How about everyone on YouTube? I'm curious to know. All right, we have a couple of people who says it's their first time as well. Welcome. Redbird 2 a.m. in South Africa for Redbird. Thank you so much for joining us so late, Redbird. Happy to have you. All right. Okay, Zenny. It's Zenny's first time. Welcome. Welcome. That's awesome, you guys. I'm so happy to see everyone tuning in on YouTube and joining us for today's Zoom workshop. And if you haven't already, right? I just remind you guys, if you haven't already like subscribed to our channel, please make sure you do so. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you want to stay updated on our future workshops, because this isn't the first time that we've done workshops like this. We do workshops like this like as often as like once a week. So we have more upcoming workshops like next week. So next week, like next month. So please make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications so you stay updated, right? Okay, so really quickly, I want to just congratulate you guys for joining us today, right? And thank you guys for taking the time out of your weekend to come and join our workshop. I know a lot of people don't really find the time for their hobbies or for their passions nowadays. So the fact that you're here joining us for this workshop lets me know that okay, this is something that you're passionate about. This is something that you love and you want to learn more about. So I just want to see you guys like drop some clapping emojis in chat. Congrats, you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And I also want you guys to just warm up the chat with a round of applause as well, because we will be introducing our coach very soon. All right. So, really quickly, though, um, let me just. All right. Okay. Seems like everyone everyone is very excited. All right. Thank you guys for all the claps. Really, really great. All right. All right. So this is a record, you guys. We already have 60 people in the Zoom session. Welcome. So happy to see it. Okay. Wait. All right. Really quickly, you guys. I do encourage you guys to not annotate on screen if possible. Because we don't want to distract people from the session. So whoever is annotating the screen right now, kindly remove it. All right. Okay. Thank you guys. All right. So now let's start. All right. So I have a couple of questions for you guys. So could you guys kindly like raise your hands if you've been trying to make your own manga for years but don't have anything to show for it, or you spent months, maybe even years or decades trying to write your story, develop your characters, and perfect your storytelling, and yet you still don't have a single chapter finished? Or you've been trying to figure this out all by yourself and you don't even know if what you're doing is right. Let me know. Let me know. I want to see some hands. I already see some hands on YouTube. All right. How about everyone else on Zoom? I mean, I assume that's why you're here because you're here. That's why you're joining this session, right? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Guilty. Guilty. Yep. Yep. I see. I feel you guys. I feel you guys. All right. So if you've ever experienced any of this, right? Trying to learn how to make manga, then I do have some good news for you. Good news is that you're joining the right workshop. All right, because today we're going to be making manga together, you guys. Are you excited? Just type I'm excited in chat. Are you excited to start making manga today? Or if this isn't your first time making manga, are you excited to create with us today? Just drop an I'm excited in chat. All right. Okay. Ooh, woohoo. We have so many excited people in chat. Love to see it, you guys. Love to see it. Now, a couple of reminders, of course, like this is a hands-on workshop. So please prepare your pen, paper, drawing tablet, and whatever drawing software you use at the ready. And also please make sure you have your two-page manga drawing template ready. We will send a link to the template in chat close when we start discussing, right? So we're gonna send it later, a couple minutes later. All right, so sit tight. So for today, you guys are in for something very special because the manga techniques we're about to teach you are the same techniques used by pro mangakas in our Learn to Draw manga program. So we're working with pro Japanese mangakas like Naoyazawa sensei and Renesaya sensei, and both of them have a combined experience of over 50 years in the Japanese manga industry. Yazawa sensei is the creator of the famous iconic manga Wedding Peach, which actually got turned into an anime way back when. And Renesaya Sensei, who's also worked on manga and collabed on how to draw manga books with publishers like Shugakukan. And together they teach at a manga school in Tokyo, actually. And they've won contests, they've gotten published, they've taught beginner students in Japan how to make manga, and they know what they're doing, you guys. And we also have pro webtoon artist Steph Pastrano and pro manga editor Vivi. So Vivi, sorry, Steph Pastrano is actually known for his fan art, for his shonen fan art, but since then he's already started creating his own line webtoon. And aside from Steph, we also have pro manga editor Vivi as one of our mentors. Now, Vivi is a pro manga editor with over 10 years of experience. She's worked with editorial teams for titles like Record of Ragnarok and Unsung Cinderella, and she's also worked with publishers like Kadokawa and Koamix. And in the last 3 years, we've worked with over 400 beginner anime and manga artists, like some of our students here. So we have our student Hector, who already knew how to draw when he joined us, but he'd always wanted to make manga. And for the longest time, he'd only ever been drawing like illustrations, not really full-fleshed stories. And at first, he struggled with paneling and storytelling because, again, he'd never done it before. But in just like 3 months, he's improved so much. And he's not only completed multiple one shots, but he's already joined manga contests and he's already gotten his work released in our manga anthology. And we also have our student Cheese Wobble, who also, like Hector, had experience drawing before, but was never really satisfied with his work. Right? Never really. He wanted to level up his storytelling in particular, and in just 5 months in the program, he's improved so much, finishing two one shots, joining manga contests, getting his work released in our anthology, and he's already on to making his next one shot project. So now we're here to take you guys to the next level and help you create a manga that you can be proud of. So please make sure to stay until the end for the live critique and Q&A. And if you want to figure out how you can work with pro mangaka mentors and make your manga dreams a reality, then stay tuned as well. So for those of you getting critiqued, right? If you do get chosen for critiqued, we will be asking you some questions. So please make sure that you have your mics ready for the interaction with our coach for today. All right. And remember, you guys, this is not a contest. And don't feel bad if your work is not chosen for today's session. We only have so much time to critique so many works. We'll only be critiquing 3 people today. So we're going to learn from each other. So even if you don't get chosen, there's always the next workshop, you guys. And you could always learn from the works that get critiqued today. All right. So please don't feel bad. And now, are you guys ready? Just type I'm ready in chat before we bring in our coach for today. All right. Is everybody ready? Let me know. Let me know. Okay. Ooh, okay. Everyone's ready, it seems. All right. Okay, so without further ado, please meet your coach for today, Coach Gia.
Oh my God, there's so many of you today. I'm so nervous. Can you hear me properly? Okay, if you guys can hear me properly, I want you to drop a worm emoji on the chat. That's my favorite emoji. All right. Got it, got it. So thank you, Candice, for introducing me. Um, can you go to the next slide? All right, so this is Gia. You can call me Jay or, Gia if you want. So these are some of my works, and I am one of the coaches from Learn to Draw Manga. And I actually hope that today we have some, fun all together. So there's so many of you here. I hope to hear some voices later, okay? All right. So for the first part of our discussion, is gonna be we're going to talk about what is a two-page manga spread. Okay, so maybe Candice, do you think you can let me share screen? All right. Thank you so much. Let me just share my screen properly. Okay. So this is me again. Just a quick reminder. All right. So I hope you guys can see my screen properly. All right. Okay. Beautiful. Thank you so much. You can see my screen properly. Okay. So like I said, we are going to talk about the two-page manga spread. Now, what is a two-page manga spread? As you know, manga is usually read from right to left, top to bottom, with your eyes tracking across the page, similar to an S curve. So if I do it on the screen, it's gonna be like this. Okay, now a two-page manga, of course, comes in two sets of two called spread. Okay, so readers should be able to immediately know which panel is next in the sequence. So here we can see on the screen, we have the two-page manga spread going in an S curve from right to left, top to bottom. And the parts of the spread also corresponds to the Kisho Tenketsu structure. Now, what is a Kisho Tenketsu structure? A Kisho Tenketsu is basically composed of Kisho Tenketsu, obviously. Now, the ki basically stands for the introduction. It sets up the scene or introduces the characters. Now, the sho is the development. It builds upon the situation introduced in the ki. Now, the climax uh, introduces a peak or a twist or an unexpected, turn of events, the plot twist. Now, the iketsu stands for the conclusion. It wraps up the story, often with a humorous or surprising ending. Now, let's take a look at the example here for Yogen no Naita. It is a clean, slightly eerie Kisho Tenketsu, which leans more on the tone of contrast than the humor. So here we can see the key, the introduction, placed in a normal setting. They introduce it placed in a normal setting with an irregular daily life, it says here. Now, it is a boy walking through a quiet street with a casual vibe. Nothing alarming yet, just, a slice of life atmosphere. Now we are being introduced to the development with the show. we are being introduced with uh, Nayuta, the girl itself. Now, if you can see that the dialogue hints something is off. Uh, we can see on the panel on the left, it says here that, did you crush the rabbit cat? As we can see, her posture in the alley setting is a little bit, uneasy. Now, for the 10 or the twist, we can see the close-up reveal of Nayuta with the horns, actually. Blood on her face, a natural, calm expression. Now, the hard shift is actually like this. We went from the slice to life genre, right? To being an unsettling supernatural. Basically, the earlier weird line suddenly means something darker, which leads to our Ketsu or the conclusion. She simply says, meow. Alright. So it basically recontextualizes everything. It leaves how do I say this? A lingering eerie punch. There's no direct conflict or confrontation. It basically works through, um, so the contrast being normal to disturbing. In short, so the key is being a normal street, normal day. The show, we introduce to the characters. A normal guy, normal girl, and then strange girl. Odd dialogue with the 10, the reveal. We see her being a little bit inhuman with horns and blood, and then the Ketsu, something unsettling and, a weird closure. So that's it for the first example. Now, for the second example, we are going to take a look at how our student practiced their skill in this two-page manga spread that she did. He did. This is for you one. Uh, okay, do you notice how they followed the Kisho Tenketsu flow that we explained earlier? Sorry, excuse me, it's a little bit early here today. So my voice is breaking. It's my morning voice. So remember, the Kisho Tenketsu is a four-part narrative structure common in Japanese storytelling. A little bit of a recap. The Ki is the introduction, the Sho is the development, the Ten is the twist, and then the Ketsu is the conclusion or the resolution. Now let's take a look at the key in this, two-page panel spread. In the key, we are introduced to the main character with a girl at an eye exam. So the visual cues, basically she was just looking at the eye chart, trying on glasses, calm expressions. The development with the scenario progresses naturally. We are being introduced to a boy that looks so scary, probably like the examiner or something like that. He interacts with her, guides her, and the setup builds maybe something about her eyesight that matters. Now, the twist, the 10, we had a dramatic tonal shift. I am afraid I have bad news for you. You have poor eyesight, please try these glasses on. And then we have the reveal that the girl actually just has poor eyesight. And then the guy with the conclusion being, um, so there was tension at the beginning, right? And then at the reveal, we showed them that there's no tension at all. It's basically just it dissolves into a practical, almost comedic ending. So the story ties back to the original setup with the eye exam, completing the loop. So girl at eye exam, key, show exam continues, and then the interaction builds with the 10 being the dramatic bad news, and then the reveal for Ketsu, sorry, it's my morning voice. So the 10 again is the dramatic or the bad news reveal, with the Ketsu being the simple solution of her just wearing glasses to, showcase everything. So we have setup, build, unexpected shift, resolution driven by contrast rather than actually conflict. So this is again by one of our students, and I believe you also can do something like this. All right, next. Okay, who is annotating? All right, so I hope you guys understood that. If you want me to explain that again, I can try, but no. All right, now it's your turn to make a two-page manga. Are you guys ready to make your own manga now? Because we are about to start doing the challenge for you guys. All right. So I'm so glad that you guys are excited. Okay. So for the next part, of course, is the activity. We are going to create a storyboard for a two-page manga based on the script in the next slides that I am going to show you guys. For this activity, we are going to have only 30 minutes to finish this exercise. I hope you guys are ready to do a 30-minute two-page manga spread. Now, it doesn't have to be fully rendered. It doesn't also have to be, like really good. maybe thumbnails or sketches are okay as long as you are confident with your work. All right, so again, the rules. The plot of the story has to end within 2 pages. Must follow the Kishu Tenketsu format. It must also be read from right to left, and the panels must also be following the S flow. Now, inking and FX are optional given the time, of course. If time permits, then feel free to add them. If not, then it's okay. You have to submit them in a spread, meaning 2 pages in one image side by side, like the following ones that I showed you earlier, like this one. Okay. Now I'm going to show you guys the script. Now the script is going to be number one, character A is trying to start their day by cooking breakfast. Now character B enters and says, "Are you making breakfast? Make some for me too." And then character A looks at character B, exasperated, saying, "Sure," they say. The character A starts making breakfast. Then character A cracks an egg into a bowl. But to both their surprise, there's not any egg white or egg yolk inside, but a tiny chick. Now, the chick chirps at them, and then it's the end. I hope that was clear for you guys. So, some examples from our students back then. This is from Aki. So, we can see he did the setup. "Are you making breakfast? Make me some too." And then he also added a little bit of a dialogue with the couple. And we see that when he cracked the egg, there was no eggs inside but a chick. So that was from our student Aki. And then another example is gonna be from Courtney. Now I see three dudes, and a girl. Two dudes and like, oh my god, I cannot. My brain is not working the morning. So you see three people, making breakfast. It's the same script, but different, interpretation. They look like JoJo characters to me. I love it. So okay, so this is from Courtney. And once again, the script, I am going to flash it on the screen. So if you guys are ready, I am going to set the timer. Let me know if you guys are ready. I hope you're drawing tablets. Yeah, you can draw it on paper. Drawing it on paper is fine. All right. Okay. How do I set up the timer here? Okay. If you guys are ready, I am about to show my timer and then set up a 30-minute. Okay. So timer starts now. All right.
All right, Coach Gia, now that the timer is starting,
Yep.
yeah, how are you feeling about our participants for today? Do you think they can make it in 30 minutes?
I'm sure they can. They seem pretty confident and excited on the chat.
Mm-mm.
So
So,
I'm
do you have any
expecting a lot.
tips, I guess, for them? Like now that there's a script, right? There's clearly a script that they can follow, so they don't really have to um dwell so much on coming up with an idea from scratch, right? So, when it comes to like interpreting prompts like this, do you have like any tips?
I just draw whatever, comes to mind. That's how I usually do it. So when I try and, translate what I have in mind on paper, then I will see if it makes sense. Because right now you already have an unfair advantage of a script.
Hmm.
So it's up to you how you're going to, translate it into a drawing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to follow the script instead of just making an original idea.
Hmm. Because the point of having the script is to exercise like how your visual storytelling skills, basically, right? So you don't have to spend too much time on the ideation part of it, because we realized for a workshop like this, having participants come up with like an original 2-page manga idea on the spot can take a lot of time, and it's a bit unfair to expect you guys to come up with like an idea from scratch in just 30 minutes, right? So that's why, okay, maybe we just give them a prompt, and then it's much easier for them to go from there, right? So this is a prompt that we've again done before in the session, in the program, right? You've already seen examples from our students. This is something that we regularly do in the program. We just give people prompts and then they draw it out because it's great practice, you guys.
Yeah, actually, okay, so it's okay to draw them in chibi style, in any style that you want, actually. This is to your discretion. It's up to your art style and your art skill, so it depends. How are you guys feeling the prompt so far? Is it exciting? I think it's funny, you know. For someone who didn't have breakfast today, I only have coffee. So I don't think I will have this problem anytime soon.
Yeah.
Are you a breakfast person, Candice? Are you guys a breakfast person? Or do you
No.
just skip to brunch or lunch, you know?
No, because I snack late at night. So when I wake up, I'm not really hungry because I snack at night. So, yeah, I'm not a
Actually,
breakfast
same.
person at all. I just drink coffee and that's pretty much it.
I'm actually only a breakfast person when I'm in a buffet, in a hotel buffet to be exact. So that's when I become a breakfast person.
Mm, yeah. I mean, I rarely because I go to sleep really late. So, and when I go to sleep, I typically like I'd already like eaten something like a couple of hours before I go to bed. So, and that's not changing anytime soon. So I'm only ever hungry in the morning if I don't eat anything the night prior. So, which rarely happens. Okay. And we just really quick, we have like a comment from YouTube, it seems. Like someone's asking how do you submit your submission. So for those of you guys on YouTube, we will only be critiquing people who are in the Zoom session. So for people in the Zoom, once to submit your work, you just have to upload it in the Zoom chat. All right. You can just upload images via the Zoom chat if you're not aware. So as soon as you're done, you can just send it in the chat. Even before the time is up, you can already start sending it in chat.
Yeah, actually, if you guys finish before the timer runs out, you can already send it on the chat so we can see it.
Mm. Okay. Let me know in chat as well, you guys. Is anyone like drawing traditionally, like drawing on paper? I did see one person ask if it would be fine if they draw on paper, which is fine. So for those of you like drawing traditionally, you can just like take a picture of it using your camera maybe and just upload it in the Zoom chat, right? So it's totally fine. What's really important is that it's comprehensive. Like we can understand it. It makes sense, right? So make sure it's clear. Make sure your picture is clear. So for the dialogue, you don't have to follow the dialogue exactly. It's fine. Especially if you're creating like a manga featuring like one of your OCs and maybe your OC doesn't talk like this, it's totally fine. You can adapt it to your liking. Just as long as you follow like the story beats in the script here. So it's fine. No, you don't have to use the same layout. Like we said, like we showed, sorry, in the examples earlier, different interpretations. So that means like you can lay out the manga any way you want, right? It's up to you. Just as long as you just follow the story beats. Yeah. Okay, we do have a couple of people drawing traditionally. That's cool. That's cool. We do have a couple of people in the program who still draw traditionally and they make do anyways. And their progress is also really great. So it's fine. You do you. Okay. Nearly 5 minutes have passed already, you guys. Time flies. Where are you guys? 5 minutes have passed. Where are you guys at the moment? Let me know. I'd love to know. Check in. Stuck. That's fine, Jennifer. You still have time. And I recognize Jennifer. Jennifer, this isn't your first rodeo. This isn't the first time you joined a workshop of ours before. So you should be used to this by now. Okay. Sebastian's thumbnailed and finishing up on character designs. That's cool. That's cool. By the way, you don't
That's
have to
pretty
dwell too
fast.
much on character designs for a
Yeah.
storyboard. Yeah, it's fine. As long as they're distinct enough that we can like tell which character is which, it's fine. You can do it by like maybe changing up color um the color of the color of the character. I don't know, it's up to you. But just as long as we can they're easily discernible, is that the right term? Like as long as we can differentiate between them, that's fine. It doesn't they don't have to be completely detailed, you know. Thumbnailing, that's cool. That's cool.
Oh, first panel storyboard nearly completed. Congrats. I love seeing everyone so focused, like on their desks. It's like seeing an
Mm.
exam happening.
Someone on YouTube says they just drew a square. Congrats. It's your first panel. Congrats, congrats. Still have time. Still have time. Also for Blossom who says they're on the road, I hope you're not drawing while driving or something like that. Please stay safe. All right. And for Gappy on YouTube, no, you do not have to pay in order to join the Zoom session. You just had to sign up. The sign up link, I think closed when we started earlier. It's free. You just had to sign up. Oh, I'm on the bus. Don't worry. Okay, that's good. That's good. Stay safe either way, because public transportation is rough wherever you are in the world.
But when I was a student, I was that kid who used
Mm,
to draw everywhere. So I drew on
everywhere.
the bus, I drew on the train, whenever I'm so bored,
Mm,
especially when the travel time is, maybe like 30 minutes to an hour, and there's not much people around, and I'm sitting down. I, I,
mm.
I take a sketch pad. Well, it's just a sketch pad before, I didn't have any iPad. A blossom is almost at home. I hope you make it because it's only 17 minutes. We only have 17 minutes.
I mean, it's a good habit to have, like, drawing whenever you have free time. That's a great habit to have. I mean, I know a lot of like beginners or anyone who wants to learn how to draw, period. Like, part of the challenge is just finding the time for it. I think that's half the battle, just finding the time to actually dedicate yourself to learning. So that's a great habit to have.
Yeah, that's true. I used to have a friend who would draw anywhere, everywhere,
Mm.
He would draw on a piece of a tissue paper. He would
Ooh.
always jot down whatever ideas he has on mind, just so he
Mm.
won't forget it, and then he would just pocket it.
That sounds really romantic. That sounds like Tumblr behavior for
What?
some Tumblr kid behavior. Like very poetic, very romantic, like jotting down ideas on any surface that they can find. Very, very like I admire that for sure.
Oh yeah. I believe he once drew on a McDonald's French fries holder.
Oh,
Like he tore it apart and then he drew inside. And you were like, what is wrong with you?
that's cool. That's honestly cool. I mean, I'm surprised that he could draw on it. Isn't that like glossy or whatever? Can you actually, or was it
I
like
don't know, but he managed to do that.
he managed? Yeah.
It's a very good example of if there's a will, there's a way
There's
kind
a
of
will, there's
thing.
a
He
way.
made it
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah. And we see a couple of people in on Zoom, we have art crumbs saying that they draw on post-it notes and sticky notes. Yeah.
I think we also have one student who posted that on Circle. I don't know if it was a girl or a boy, but her
Mm.
table is littered with sticky notes and random drawings
Mm.
whenever that person would, think about something.
Mm. It's something that I see a lot at conventions actually. Just those really quick commissions. I've seen someone do like a really quick commission where I can draw you on a post-it for like $1, that sort of thing. So it's really nice. It's really
Quick
nice.
doodles.
Quick
Yeah.
doodles, yeah.
Oh, wait, do you like going to art conventions, Candice?
Yeah, I just went to one like a couple of months ago. There was like an anime fest like a couple weeks ago, but I missed it because I was sick. But I do like to go to conventions because I like to collect stickers and also I like to support artists. Right. Because
I see.
I don't draw that well myself. So those of for someone who can't draw, I just like to see other people do their thing, right? So it's really cool. And I like to put stickers on anything, any of my possessions. I put stickers on my laptop, I put stickers on my Tumblr, I put stickers on my
Mm.
keyboard, I put stickers everywhere. So I need to have like an abundance of stickers at all times. So that's why I'm always going to conventions. So yeah.
Oh, wait, you actually use them? I have
Yeah.
like, I don't have it here right now,
What's the
but I
point
have
if you
like
don't use
I have
them?
a biscuit tin can full of stickers, unused. I don't know what to do with them.
Oh, okay. So
So,
you
it's
just
the
keep them
first
in
time, yeah.
storage.
I
Okay.
just keep them, yeah. So I don't know where to post them. And
Okay.
apparently, I've been seeing in conventions that they do sell this thing called sticker books. Like
Mm, yeah.
glossy ones where you can reuse the stickers. If you don't know where to put the stickers, you can transfer them in the sticker book. And then, I don't know,
Yeah.
whenever
So you can
you
store
plan on
them.
using them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like an album. Oh, you can send them on the chat. Okay, Lord asked, like, where do we put our finished product? Just put it on the Zoom chat.
Yeah, you can just upload your submissions for in the Zoom chat, you guys. Also someone says using
Okay, time
stickers is
check.
scary.
What?
Using stickers is not scary, you guys. It's literally a sticker. But I get because like once you use it, you can rarely ever use it again, right? Like once it's on a surface, like taking it off is extremely difficult. So, yeah, I get that. I get that part. But okay. Time check. 12 minutes left, you guys. So, where are you guys at? Feel free kindly check in. Where are you guys at right now? What's your progress? 12 minutes in. 12
Oh,
minutes left.
finishing.
Sorry.
All right. Oh, someone's finished. They're fleshing out the art. Okay, finishing. Love it. Almost there. All right. I'm so excited to see them. Spending too much time with the detail. You don't have to spend too much time on the detail. It's okay. I have to very frantically trying to refine the drawing a bit.
Okay, adding finishing details. That's cool. It's fine if it's messy, you guys, just as long as we get it, you know.
Oh no. Okay, Blossom is getting off the bus. Like, you know what? Congrats if you make it. Given the time.
You'll still have 10 minutes to put something together if you want to. Okay, we are already seeing some submissions in chat. Keep them coming. I mean, you guys can just, you guys still have time. You still have 11 minutes, so still plenty.
Yeah, I can still refine it, as some of you
Hmm.
said.
And just really quick for Andrea, it's the submission you sent, it's like really low quality. It's like
Really,
2200 pixels by 200 pixels, which is really small, so we can barely see it actually. So kindly, if you can, kindly resend it in better quality. Yeah. Same for Tyler. If you can take a better picture with better resolution, that would be great. Because I right now the one that you just sent, I can't really read it. It's really, yeah. It's only at like 800 pixels. And for those of you on Zoom, yes, you can rewatch this later. As soon as the live ends, the replay will be up in a couple minutes after, actually. Yes, this is better. Thank you, Andrea. This is much better. You guys, we will only be critiquing once the time is up and once everyone has submitted, and we'll be choosing at random. Okay, so we will not have the time to rate every single one of your submissions. So, yeah, if you get chosen, that's when we'll give a rating, you guys, or that's when we'll give you guys a review if you get chosen. Okay, Blossom, good luck. Starting with just 8 minutes left.
Like,
Good
kudos to
luck.
Blossom if she can make it. Like, really, I'm rooting for you. I've been waiting for your journey.
Okay, with 7 minutes left on the clock, where do you think they should be at right now, Coach Gia?
Well, I believe some of them are already finished and are just refining it. So,
Mm. So
they've been
at
sending
this
in the
point,
chat now.
you guys should be like polishing or finishing and refining it at this point. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. A couple of really cool submissions already in chat. Nice. It's fine. If you've already sent something, you can still resend it if you want to refine it. It's like it's not like, oh, we're gonna limit you guys. If you guys want to redo it with as long as there's still time, you can. So, ooh. Oh. These are fun. Going through these submissions are fun. For those of you on YouTube, you guys got this. I see a couple of people are still struggling on YouTube. You guys got this. There's still 5 minutes. All right. Okay, seeing more submissions in Zoom. Congrats, you guys. To those of you who already submitted, congratulations. Proud of you all.
All right, time check. We have 3 minutes on the clock. I hope you guys are almost done.
Okay, you guys have less than 2 minutes left. Okay, 15, 14. All right. For those of you
Oh,
who
the clock
haven't
is
submitted
ticking.
yet, it's down to the wire. All right. All right. And
Okay.
that's the time. Okay.
Okay, time is up, everyone. So, can you give me a little bit of, can you give me a moment to, to check everyone's work? Yeah, like everyone just started sending at the last second. So, okay, just give us a moment to huddle. Give me, give me 2 minutes. Okay, so let me just stop share for a while. Is it okay, Candice, if you take over for a bit?
Yeah, Coach Gia needs a bit more time to like go over the submissions, you guys. So let's give her some time. But congratulations to everyone who submitted. So happy to see all these submissions. I'm seeing a couple really, really cool submissions actually. And I'm really amazed by how much some of you guys got done in like 30 minutes. That's really cool. So, so these are really funny. I really love the expressions that you guys, some of the expressions that you guys like put together for this. Yeah. So hopefully, fingers crossed, you guys get chosen. We'll see. Okay. Okay. A lot of people submitting last minute.
Okay,
Let's see.
hold on. There's just so many in the chat now. Hold on, pause. Okay, let me breathe. Anyway, congratulations for finishing it on time, like right now. Even if you do not get chosen today, because there's just gonna be three of you guys who will get chosen in the sea of you right now. Like there's 70 of you here. I don't know how am I gonna do this. Okay. Let me just check from the beginning. Okay. Just to be fair. So congrats, you guys were able to finish it in, 30 minutes. I love it.
All right. Just give us a couple more minutes, you guys. And please kindly stop sending chats if you're not sending in submissions because Coach Gia is trying to scroll back and go through the submissions. All right. So give her some time, give her some space.
That's okay. I mean, yeah. Sorry, just one more minute. Okay. Hold on. I can do this. Okay. All right, last one, last one.
Thank you guys so much for submitting, by the way. The whole reason why we're taking so long is because there's so many to go through. All right. So just give us a couple minutes.
Yeah, it's actually something to be proud of. Like everyone, I believe, almost finished it. That's a
Mm.
win already. So congratulate yourselves, guys. Okay, so don't worry about it. Okay, so we I have already deliberated. So I'm gonna call it the first one. So before I share my screen, I just want to confirm attendance is, Abigail, are you ready? You are the first to to be sacrificed for today's life. All right. Do you think you can unmute and, tell me, okay, Abigail, are you here? Just, state your name and your stuff. Okay, hold on. So many people here.
There, you can unmute now, Abigail.
Okay. Yeah, you can unmute now, Abby. How do you feel about making this manga? And do you want me to share screen now so you can also tell us a bit more on, how you did it? So okay, so let me share screen and then wait, are you here? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Sorry, my
All
English is not
right.
good.
It's okay. It's okay. Okay. So how do you feel about this workshop? How do you feel about making this manga?
It is the first time I work around such a short time. I don't know if that's okay. So it was such a challenge to finish this, and as you can tell, that I started well, and then the drawings just don't.
Yeah,
I
actually. You,
but
I like the style, you know.
thank you. I usually take so much time drawing, so it was. I'm so sorry. I'm just so glad to be participating in this class.
Okay, so okay, thank you again, Abigail, for sending this, and congrats for making this in 30 minutes. So everyone, this is Abigail's work. So as you can see, we can see in the first or the key, the introduction of the character yawning, okay, baking breakfast while he is still, sleepy. And then another character has been introduced, and he was, surprised to see this character. Now this character asked, "Are you making breakfast? Could you do one for me too, same for me too?" So here, if you guys remember, manga is always read from right to left and then top to bottom in an S curve. All right. And then, so we can see it here. This is the key. Sean, are you making break? I love the dialogue. It just says break. And then the guy, the main character, was like, okay, sure. And then they reveal that when they crack the egg, there is a chick in here. I love the whole transition from uh doing the character properly with the setup until here. Oh, by the way, you do great expressions. I like that. Even though it's a very quick sketch. I do like the expressions here. And then we go here to the reveal. Even with the sketches like this one, I really like the expressions that you did. I'm a sucker for really good expressions. It brings out the story in the character. Okay, which one is here? Ah, and the baby chick. Okay, it is so cute. So right there and then I can see that the flow is correct. And I like the reveal of the baby chick here. So congrats, Abby, for doing this. If you're going to redraw this again, how are you going to make it better?
I will try to change the perspective of the kitchen so the character will show like in the back and then scare him because he appears out of nowhere there.
Okay, I see. Yeah, Abigail is definitely cooking on this one.
Thank
Okay,
you.
she also used a man poo. I like it, like the little star here, the little diamond here for the expressions. I like that one. Okay, thank you so much, Abigail. So that's it for Abby. Okay, for the next person, before I reveal it, do we have Max on the chat? Are you ready?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Hi. Yes. Oh my God. Hello. Welcome and congrats. Okay, let me put on your work real quick.
Awesome.
Okay. I really, really like your style, by the way.
Thank you.
You have such a very distinct style. So how do you feel about making this manga? This
Oh,
two-page manga.
stressful. 30 minutes.
Oh, you found it really stressful?
Oh, yeah. It's late at night, so brain not working the best.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go through your work a little bit. I really like your style, with the
Thank you.
expressions also. So here we open up with two friends. Are they friends? Question mark.
Yeah, I was trying to draw you and the other girl as
Ah,
Oh,
the
this is
wait,
character.
this is
us.
us.
Oh, okay.
I
Oh,
just
that's
realized
fun.
already with Candice. This is us.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I, I'm giving her the side eye. Okay, I like that one. I really like that one. But that's really, really cool. I think everyone also agrees with this one. So it's super awesome, despite being it late at night. I like that you captured like my personality.
Thank you.
Okay. Candice is an egg sounds expert. Okay. Well, you have a very good sense of, how do I say this? Perspective. Like, even though this is just a sketch, this is very good. It reminds me of
Thank
the
you.
free Ren meme though, but it's not bad. Like, it's not in a bad way, But it's really good. You have a very distinct style. Are you drawing manga? Are you an artist or something?
I don't draw manga, but I am an artist.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yasha says, the perspective is crazy. I like that one. I think it's
Thank you.
very how do I say this? It's very confident, like this whole panel here. I really like this whole panel. So this is your main panel for this. And I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go on to the next one. I like the way you use the expressions as well, like just the eyes. Like you can clearly tell who they are. So that's really, really good. With the reveal being the egg wasn't empty. Okay, this is the chick. Oh, I love the way you drew the chick. It's so funny, your art style really added so much character to the prompt. I think I don't know, it fits it so well right now. So yeah, and even with this one's just cracked.
Thank you.
Really quick, in the second panel on the second page, are the glasses supposed to be like falling off there?
Yeah,
Ah,
Or did
okay.
she just remove? Okay,
Oh, because I
but
wasn't
it
quite
was like
sure. Yeah.
fast.
I think yeah, I like that. Yeah, I think I can do the eyebrows.
Yeah, yeah. Really cool. I think for in terms of just like expression, like the expressionism, it's really cool. It's really you can even though it's just a sketch, even though it's just a really rough storyboard, you can clearly tell who's who, which is awesome. So,
Yeah,
yeah.
it's a very clear thumbnailing.
Mm,
And I think for the 30 minutes of it, I think you
mm,
can, how do I say this? You can render it given the time.
yeah. Yeah.
Thank you.
Uh, okay, one question. Did you do this one last minute? Because I feel like there could be more than with the last panel.
Yeah. The entire second page was very because I did a
Yes.
sketch and then I started like doing like the more refined line over it, and the second page was like the victim, I guess, of the little
Yeah.
time that had.
Okay.
Mm.
What was the original idea for the reveal? Yeah, I'm very interested to know that.
Like this that the egg wasn't empty and you had like a chick that's going like back.
So the chick just looked offended being, taken out of its shell when it fell. So
It
basically,
was supposed
like
to
she's
it was
being
supposed to lay on a table like in a sexy way.
it was meant to be maybe the chick could be like inside the bowl, like in a very sexy way. I don't know.
Yeah. If I had like more time, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. If you have more time, is there anything that you're going to change with this manga spread that you did? Or is this gonna be this one and just ink it?
I'd probably change some of the paneling sizes, like the second page. The top three panels are kind of like all the same size.
Mm.
Uh, that's kind of like the
Okay, okay.
main things that I'm thinking about. The paneling, like positions and scaling.
Okay, yeah. But it's good actually, Congrats, by the way, Max, for doing this. And I think everyone really agrees on the chat that you have some skills. And congrats. Great job. Great job. Thank
Thank you.
you. Okay, now may we call on to the last sacrifice. Yes, everyone, please
Oh, but
congratulate
before that,
everyone, not just them. Oh, you,
yeah.
of course.
But
I'm
before
so
we go
sorry,
on to the last submission, you guys, I do have a
For-
couple of things that I want to talk to you guys about before we move on to the last submission. So sit tight, you guys. I'm sure you guys are really curious to know who the last person we're gonna critique is for today. But before that, I do wanna ask, right? While creating your mangas, like, did you guys think it was an awesome idea, but couldn't figure out how to make it work as a manga? Or maybe did you think your drawing skills aren't good enough to show how cool your story is? Or did you still struggle to come up with good ideas? I mean, judging from some of the submissions that we'd already reviewed, right? Really, really great submissions. And a lot of really talented people on Zoom. But for the rest of you guys who haven't been chosen yet, or maybe even for the people who have been chosen, right? If you got have any of you guys struggled creating this manga on the spot today, let me know. Just type yes if you relate or if you struggled at all making your mangas. Yes, a little. Okay, a little. Hmm. I see that.
It's
I
always
see
the
that.
second one.
It's always the second
Okay.
one. Yeah. But I think for this session, I think it's not so much about drawing skills, but more so about visual storytelling skills, right? Because drawing making manga, drawing is part of making manga, but a larger part of making manga is being able to tell like good stories and stories that people can follow through your drawings, right? Drawings are the avenue through which you tell your stories, right? So drawing is part of half of the battle. Telling stories is a larger part of it. So for those of you guys who said yes, right? If you answered yes to any of these questions, then I do invite you guys to apply to our one-shot manga drawing program, where you can get the opportunity to work with our Japanese pro mangaka mentors and be part of an awesome community of aspiring mangakas just like yourself. So if you're someone who is very passionate about storytelling, very passionate about manga, and you want to tell your stories through manga, and maybe you're someone who's not so confident about in your drawing skills or in your storytelling skills, then you can learn through our program. And just like our students, you'll learn everything from manga drawing basics to drawing full one shot manga from start to finish. And just like our students here, right? This is our student Sage, who created their very first one shot in just 1 month from thumbnails to final pages. And this is a one shot. This is just a snippet of Sage's one shot that actually got released in our official manga anthology. And Sage, like a lot of our students, had experience drawing before, but never really knew how to tell stories properly, right? And visual storytelling skills was a very big struggle that they had before joining us. And since then, they've already like finished their very first one shot and just an insane amount of progress in just 1 month. Like our student here, Coco, as well. Coco finished their one shot in just 2.5 months from storyboard up until final page. And just look at the difference, right? From going from coming up with the ideas, coming up with a storyboard, to finalizing the ideas with our mentors and with their coaches. Such a massive difference in just 2.5 months. And we also have our student Courtney, in a year. Even bigger difference in a span of a year. Courtney joined us because she wanted to learn how to make manga specifically. You already had some drawing skills, already had some storytelling skills, already made manga a bit, but only dabbled. She only ever dabbled and never pursued it seriously, right? But she wanted to learn more and actually make longer projects, longer one shots, and move on to potentially like a multi-chapter story. But since she was starting from scratch, of course she had to start small and start with one shots. And this is what she had to say about the program. I don't have to read it aloud, but you guys can just read. She likes the sense of community. Courtney has been like a really great presence in the program, encouraging her fellow students and being very proactive in during the sessions, right? And being very consistent with her progress. So yeah, this is what she had to say about the program. So you've seen our students' results, you've read how happy they are with the community and guidance from our mentors. So my question is, do you guys want in too? Just type I want in the chat and I'll send you something to start, right? If you guys want in, I'll send you guys the next step in chat. But while we wait for you guys to uh send your messages in chat, I'll bring it back to Coach Gia then. Coach Gia, kindly um take it over again.
Thank you so much, Candice. So I hope you guys are excited to be a part of our program. So I have read some of the comments here before I go into the last submission. Some of you said that you guys struggled with time. Some of you said that you are struggling with composition, balance, backgrounds, and perspective. And then also, some of you said the hard part is always figuring out panel shapes. And that is actually where the program comes to place because we work with pro mangakas and then pro editors. They can actually help you figure out those things. And I believe majority of the all the artists. Why did I say that? Majority of artists actually knows how to draw, but not everyone knows how to interpret a storyline. I saw a message here that says, um, where is it? Visual storytelling is hard, and yes, that is correct. You can draw really good, but if you cannot visualize what your story is about, or if you cannot make a very good story, then you are not gonna be a good mangaka. Because contrary to what people believe, it's not just about drawing. Your story should also be interesting, and you should also be able to translate that idea into mine. Okay. So with that being said, I'm going to share screen the last of the submission. And before I share screen it, I would like to call on Reggie. Are you still here? You're the last to be sacrificed today. So while I'm waiting for you, I'm gonna retouch my powder.
Oh,
If you join in the program, you guys are gonna see me doing this all the time.
yeah, hello.
Hi! Oh my god! Hello, hello, congrats, by the way. For
Yes,
making it to the cut. Congrats again, everyone. So I'm going to share screen Reggie's work. So could you tell me how do you feel about this session? How did you feel about making this manga of yours? Is this your
it
first time
was,
making it?
yeah, I did it and it was kind of fun. Yeah, it was really fun. Yeah,
So,
so
all right. What was the hardest thing for you, given
the
the
hard,
prompt and the time?
well, as you can see in the top panel, I didn't know what to throw in at first, and I was like, maybe I should just go ahead and just throw somebody in there and then just do like a drawback. And then the second panel, I kind of just kind of like just draw the character off panel and then try to put the little wordings behind there like, oh hey, can you make something for me? And I didn't have enough time to try to make the character turn around and have interaction. I figured I can just throw all that on the second panel, and you know, and then I draw the eggs and everything. I kind of had fun doing the character emotions and anything because I had to look at reference while trying to do it. So I had that up in front, kind of like in front of me because I've spent so much time trying to draw character emotions and stuff like that. So I just randomly just kind of like draw the scenes, even though some of the panels like seems like redundant. So
Yeah.
I just had it throw up there a couple of grids and just make sure I draw the panels. And yeah, the character reactions right here where they get the stony face, one of them was like, oh my god, I can't believe they had chicken and stuff like that. Believe it or not, it's kind of weird to have chicken in the morning. So
Isn't that
yeah,
weird?
yeah, it's kind of weird. I mean, I don't know about how chickens be react in a frying pan, so it's just barely a
Okay.
chick.
I see. So thank you again, Reggie, for sending this, and kudos for finishing this in 30 minutes. And in
Yeah,
traditional as well. So
yeah.
that's a win for you. So a couple of things that I want to point out. So okay, I like this one, the establishing shot, you showcase the kitchen and everything. And then the reveal of the characters. This one though is a little bit weird because your speech bubble is here. Could be I feel like this panel is unnecessary anymore. I feel like what you
Okay.
could have done is you could have placed the character here, the second character, right? Maybe is this like the son, the child, the kid?
Um, I think so. It could have been. it could have been a child or a roommate. It was like a roommate. I was
Ah,
thinking
okay,
of maybe
okay.
a roommate.
Oh yeah. All right. And you could switch these two panels. So this one should go first, and then this one should go second. And then
Oh,
I feel like because you already have this shot for the egg. Maybe this one is unnecessary. You could have made this main panel with the chick. I like the chick though. It's so cute. I used to draw chicks like this before. Because I'm very bad at drawing animals, so I
uh,
try to make them as cute, as possible. So I like this one. So this could be like a bigger panel for you. But
okay.
yeah, I agree. I like the stone expressions. I do this kind of expression a lot. So I'm very particular about this. I feel strongly about this emotion. I feel like this is me all the time. So forget this. Okay. So they just got coffee instead. So your ending was okay. Forget about breakfast. Let's just get something instead outside.
Yeah.
So that's a different twist, right? This is a very interesting twist for you. They just gave up breakfast and then decided to just get coffee. And then what happened to the birdie chick?
I guess they just kept it. They kept it.
Kept it. Yeah. Yeah, I think the chick is just so happy that, it's not gonna get eaten for today's breakfast.
No, it's definitely not.
Okay. Thank you again, Reggie, for submitting this. And I hope you are excited to join us. If you want to join us, we can make this a lot
Yeah,
better. So if you're going to redraw this, what would you do? What would you
um,
change?
I would probably just exactly just follow the tips they just showed me and try to see it better and just do it that way. It seems like you guys know what I'm looking for, so I will exactly would change it and render it and add more emotions,
Yeah.
and it probably make it
Okay.
more fun and make the
Oh yeah,
chick.
I think this
Yes.
this ending panel is really fun. Like it's a very interesting one. So thank you again. And congrats everyone. I guess that's it for the today's critiquing session. I'm gonna stop sharing. I'm gonna hand you over back to Candice. Sorry, also I just wanna say something. Max, can I have this screenshot drawing of this one? I like this one. I'm stealing it. I'm using it as my Viber DB. Either that one or this one. Okay, thank you. So that's it.
All right. Thank you so much, Coach Gia, you guys. Please feel free to send in your takeaways. What were the main things that you learned from today's session? Maybe key takeaways or maybe key realizations, I guess. Or if you had any struggles in particular that you wanted um feedback on, right? If you had any particular questions about today's sessions or for Coach Gia, please feel free to send them during the Q&A. So yeah, but for takeaways, right? For learnings, feel free to send them in the chat now. But for questions, you can send them later during the Q&A. So for those of you who are joining us today and are still here, now that you guys know how to make two-page manga, I do encourage you guys to upload them on any platform that you're on right now. Maybe if you have an art page on Instagram or on Facebook, please do upload them and tag us at Learn to Draw Manga because we're on Instagram and we love seeing every the works that you guys tag us in. Even though we won't be reviewing your works online, right? It's always nice to see like you guys share your works anyways because that's part of like making art, right? You make art not for yourself, but you make art to share it with other people, right? And to tell stories to other people. So I do encourage you guys to please share your works online and please tag us at Learn to Draw Manga on Instagram. All right. So for those of you guys who finished your two-page mangas with us today, I want to ask you, are you guys ready to take action and finally bring your manga to life? Are you guys goal driven and ready to commit to making your manga dreams a reality? And are you a determined mangaka who wants to finally publish their first manga through self publishing, joining manga contests, and pitching to publishers? If this is you, then just type yes in the chat. So I already got a lot of I want ins earlier and a lot of yeses so far. So very enthusiastic, everyone. So for those of you guys who answered yes, then again, I invite you to apply to our online one-shot manga drawing program, because in our program, you'll learn directly from pro Japanese mangakas like Naoyazawa Sensei and Renesaya Sensei and other pro editors and pro mentors like Steph Pastrano and Vivi, who is a pro manga editor with over 10 years of experience in the Japanese industry. And for those of you guys who joined the program, for the most committed and high performing students in our program, they get a chance to go to Japan and fly to Japan on an all expense paid trip to attend Comitia, which is a top indie manga convention in Tokyo. And at Comitia, you can get to pitch your manga directly to Japanese publishers and editors, and also publish your manga in our official Learn to Draw manga anthology. By the way, we released the first volume of our manga anthology back in January, and we're already currently working on the next volume, which will be released sometime mid-year. So it's something to look forward to. So if you want the chance to get your work released in our next anthology, then now's the time to join the program, you guys, while you still can, because the students in our program are already working on their one shots and are already gearing up to finish their one shots in the next 2 to 3 months. So if you want to get the chance to join our next anthology, volume 2 of the anthology releasing mid-year, then I do encourage you guys to join now while you can. So this is for you if you're committed to making your own published manga, you have a unique story you want to share with the world, and you're done figuring this all out alone, and you're ready to learn from pro mangaka mentors, and you want to connect with fellow mangakas who seek consistency and empowerment. All right. So if this sounds like you, then I do invite you guys to apply and join our online one shot manga drawing program and start making your manga today. And important note, we're only accepting applicants who are 18 years old and above. All right. So book your free manga consultation call with us today. You guys just click the link in the description, and I already sent the link in chat. So go ahead and apply now. And let me know if you guys applied or are going to apply. Let me know. Just a show of hands in chat. I want to know. I want to shout you guys out. And it's nice to see like incoming people, right? Because I do review your guys' applications every once in a while. So yeah, I'd love to see. I'd love to know who else is applying or is gonna apply, right? Or have applied. I don't know. I don't know. If you have applied, I'd love to know. Okay. So no, it is not a free program. It is a paid program, you guys. And we will discuss all the details about the program during the call. And the call itself, right? The consultation call itself is free. So we'll hop on a call with you for like 30 minutes for free and just get to know you more, talk about your journey, go through your works, like go through your previous artworks, and basically just get get to know you and understand if we can help you, right? And yeah, so the call itself is free, but the program is paid. All right, so now I'll be opening the floor to questions, you guys. We only have time for maybe 2 or 3 questions for Coach Gia today, so now is the time. If you have any questions for Coach Gia, please feel free to send them in chat. That goes for YouTube chat as well. I hope everyone on YouTube had a great time. Let me know. I know those of you on YouTube were just like drawing along with everyone else on Zoom, and unfortunately we couldn't like review your guys' works, but hopefully for the next workshop you guys can sign up in time so that you can be here in the Zoom session next time and get a chance to get critiqued. So yeah, thank you guys. Thank you to everyone on YouTube for still watching along anyways. All right. So we already have a couple of questions. Um, Wait. Okay. Okay. Give us a second. Okay,
Okay, yeah.
Coach Gia, do you have any advice for self-publishing manga? That's from A25.
Okay, wait, where is it? Where's the question? Okay, so you have any advice for a self-publishing manga? I just say, I don't have the best advice for this one yet because I have been just, putting works out there. I think that's the best advice actually. So,
Yeah.
truth be told, it's a lot harder to, get, publishers. But the very first thing you can do is to just put your work out there and let people see what you can do for now. So self-publish it, maybe on social medias that you have. So if you have Instagram, if you have ArtStation, actually ArtStation is booming right now for artists, and it's very professional. Sometimes a lot of uh publishers and company, they look at ArtStation and they deem it as something as professional. But then again, if you want something more than that, you can do, I know a lot of people do it in Patreon, and yeah, as simple as on Facebook and or Instagram. So if you have a page already, if you have a growing page already, I just say just put it out there once in a while. So yeah. Okay,
Mm,
so let me
yeah. I think to
just
add on to
check
that,
out.
Coach Gia, it's really important that you just don't keep your works to yourself, right? If
Yeah.
you're not if you're not so confident in posting online, as long as you can like share it with your friends or maybe share it with your family and like get their take on your stories on your mangas, and that's a great start, especially if you're a bit shy. But if you want to like tell stories for an audience, right, you have to be comfortable with sharing with strangers at some point. So that means a good start is like just posting it on social media. Social media is free, Instagram's free.
Yeah.
Art sharing platforms like ArtStation are free, and maybe even manga sharing platforms as well. I've heard that you can upload your mangas on Shonen Jump's site. I keep forgetting what the
Mm-hmm.
name of the site is, but Shonen Jump has its own free manga sharing platform. You can just look it up. You can upload your mangas there as well. But yeah, I think the key advice there is you have to be comfortable with sharing your art with strangers, because you may get people who maybe don't understand your work at first, or there's always some level of vulnerability that it takes to sharing your work online. So if you're not comfortable, if you're not at that point yet where you're comfortable with sharing your work with strangers, then that's fine, but you do have to work up to it eventually. All right.
Yeah.
So next question, second question. Manga plus creators. Yes, it's manga plus creators. So you can upload your manga to Shonen Jump's manga plus creators app, you guys. Okay. We have one question. Okay, what advice would you give to young teenagers who want to make manga?
Just do it. Just get it out of your system. I started drawing way back when I was 14, and I would maybe younger actually, because I fell in love with anime way, way, way back. My dad used to love Naruto, and he has a lot of manga at home. So that's how I got first exposed to anime and manga. So what I would usually do is I would draw at the back of my notebook. I would draw wherever I can as well, not maybe on tissue paper. So just get it out of your system and draw it. Just do
Mm,
it.
yeah,
It's always
exactly.
up to your discretion, yeah. Because that's up to you. One way or another, you have to get it out of your system. I always tell my students that as well, because some of them are very, how do I say this? A little bit insecure, right? When putting their work out there because they're scared that people might not see it as good. But,
Mm,
but how would you know if it's good or not if you're not going to do it? So
yeah,
that's just one way to put it out there.
yeah.
Wow, I
Okay,
just started drawing manga when I was 6 years old. Someone, Mangaka XT said, that's good. That's good for
that's
you.
good.
Start them young.
Okay, we have one last question from YouTube this time from Pookie. It takes me months to get ideas for mangas, and when I do get an idea, my brain gets blocked after a certain amount of time, and then I give up on the idea. Do you have tips for that?
Usually what I do when I think about, ideas and stories, and then I get a little bit of an art block doing that, I have to just, you have to leave it for a while. You have to step out. I discussed this before back then in one of our live sessions because I believe someone also asked that. Like, for
Mm,
example, they're already doing the thumbnails and storyboarding for their idea. And then all of a sudden they would get an art block and they don't know what to do next. You just have to get up, touch grass. And there's no better way to put this out there. Just,
mm,
touch grass, and then sometimes you have to sleep it out. I do sleep a lot. So I like sleeping, and sometimes when I dream of better ideas. And
mm,
this might come off as a little bit crass, but sometimes when I go to the toilet, I get ideas better. I don't know if it's the same for you guys.
Mm,
Majority of the ideas come when I'm not thinking about it and it just pops out into my brain. So
yeah.
maybe for Pookie, I like your name, Pookie. If you get art block or idea block, sometimes just leave it there for a while, let it marinate, let it simmer, go
Yeah.
for a walk, do something, exercise, do your hobby, and
Yeah.
then it will come back to you a lot
Yeah.
better sometimes.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like you need to understand where you should learn when to stop. Because when you tend to overthink your idea, the idea gets a lot uglier than what you have raw in mind. Yeah, I deeply believe in that, statement. When you overthink about something, the idea is already dead. It's already dead for me. It's like that. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And I think Coach Gia brought up a good point about like don't give up on it. If you get to a point where you're overthinking an idea, that doesn't mean like you scrap it altogether, right? You don't give up on it altogether. Like you leave it. Like what she said, you leave it. I mean, you keep it, but stop working on it for a while and maybe give your brain time to relax and to restart itself because when you're pondering on a single idea for so long, it's like all you ever think about and you're already overthinking it, right? So I think a good way to like keep to not a good way to go past that and go past like that storytelling block or like idea block, I guess, is to just leave it for a bit and then forget about it essentially and start on something else. Because if you forget about something, like your brain restarts, right? So once you get back to once you like revisit that idea maybe 2 weeks later or maybe like a month later after like not thinking about it for 2 weeks or not thinking about it for a month, you realize that, oh, okay, I liked where I was going. I think I could have done this, that sort of thing. There's a lot of things you realize like after the fact, right? So take a break from it, forget about it for a bit, and then revisit it like after a certain amount of time, basically. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think that's all of the time we have for today for questions, you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And Coach Dia, do you have any like last words for our audience for today?
Join me, please. I
Yeah.
need people I can yap to. I can see a lot of you have skills, so why not put it on paper? Let's, I don't know, hone that skills. And if you
Yeah.
want someone who just talks a lot on screen while you draw, it's me. I think I'm your person. I gonna do that a lot.
Yeah, Coach Dia does
My
that a lot
my
during her
advice
sessions.
might
She
not
does.
be the soundest, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, very supportive. Coach Gia is ever supportive. All right.
I just
So
know that the live sessions will not be boring for you. So okay.
for sure. For sure. Okay, everyone. Thank you guys so much for joining today's session. All of you guys, I am very much looking forward to seeing you guys in the program if you did apply. And for those of you who don't have the time or maybe aren't planning on applying anytime soon, that's fine. Please do subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. That way you can keep joining workshops like this and still keep learning through our free resources on the channel, right? So always rooting for you guys. And I do want to leave you guys with this. For those of you who are still unsure and you guys made it all the way to the end of this workshop, right? For those of you who are still on the fence about like if this is something this is that you want to pursue seriously, then I ask you like what is holding you back? Like every dream, goal, and aspiration is within your reach if you just take that first leap of faith. Because if not now, then when? Like if you're not gonna make manga now, then you're never gonna make manga. If you keep putting it off, then you're never gonna do it. Basically, humans are like that, you know. So, I think the very first hurdle that you have to overcome if you want to pursue something like this is just doing it, like what Coach Gia said earlier. Because can you imagine, like, just where will you be tomorrow if you start today? Like our students who started with us like months ago, like 2 months ago, they've already finished their first one shots and even gone published in our anthology, you know. So can you can just imagine how much progress you make if you start right now and if you start today, right? So where will you be like 6 months from now, like a year from now? Possibilities are endless, you know. So you can only go up from here, you guys. Like you will struggle, but you can only go up from here and you can only improve from this point on. right? If you start now. So that said, I encourage you guys to take the leap and join the program if you need that extra help. All right. So thank you guys so much for coming. I will see you guys next week for our next live stream. Next week's live stream is gonna be a free training as well. I'm gonna take you guys through our 7-step manga process, and I will also be touching on a really new topic that we started discussing in the program. I'm gonna be doing like a storytelling session next week, possibly. We'll be announcing it later this week, so please stay tuned for that. So if you want to get notified as soon as the announcement goes up, please subscribe and turn on notifications. All right, you guys. So that's all the time we have for today. Again, thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you, Coach Gia. Thank you, everyone. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.
Bye, guys. See you. See you when I see you.